live stream is shit. I bet the content is shit.
What? He doesn't even know. You just... I don't even know the content. I know it's shit. Oh, man. There's a very popular saying that goes, don't hate the player, hate the game. And it seems that we have quite the example going on right now in the gacha space. Now, it seemed to have been happening before in the Arknights infield community, where a certain part of the community has been very aggressive towards them. And it turns out to be deserved, because Arknights infield seem to be, let's just say in terms of their practices towards their player base, not doing the best. I'm hearing a lot of Arknights infield players are starting to complain about how Hypergriff has been doing business towards them, and it's a good, valid cause, in my opinion, for people to really be vocal and show their displeasure for the practices the developers have been applying, and for, let's just say, for good change to occur, and so that the game is better off. Like, the devs win through player satisfaction, the players win because, of course, they're playing the games, they're the one, let's just say, targeted by that stuff. Everybody's happy. Now, this sentiment seems to have moved a little bit towards NTE. Now, NTE definitely has certain lackings in terms of a certain degree of polish, in my opinion. I think there's still some tweaking to be done there when it comes to NTE. There's obviously... it has an identity, but it feels still like a mirage. It's still coming out of the, we're trying to do everything. We threw a bunch of stuff at the wall to see what sticks. We saw what stuff, for example, the anomalies, let's just say their approach, and let's just say their cutscene style, etc. Right? Like you can tell the way their storytelling is in their attempt, in the style they're going with. It's pretty obvious now. However, it's still like the substance of the story is still weak, kind of like Wuthering Waves back in the day. Like on release, like people tend to forget, but Wuthering Waves story right off the bat was a 5 to 6 out of 10 tops if you're generous. All right, let's call it for what it is. The story really picked up around Black Shores and 1.3 to 1.4, and we're not there yet in NTE. And to be honest with you, this is just my personal bias. We still had conversations around 1.3, 1.4 in Wuthering Waves, and for me personally, the story really picked up in Renacida. In 1.3, 1.4, I still was confused. Like, yeah, sure, the Black Shores helped. At least like the Rover's home, where he, let's just say a lot of people knew him. That was pretty cool to know, etc. But beyond that, I wasn't invested in the story. It hasn't won me back. It still wasn't as powerful as Renacida was. Renacida introduced a lot of factions. There was a lot of depth to the lore. There was a lot going on. It was easy to follow. It was pretty good. Like, I feel like that's where the story of Wuthering Waves really took off, and I do feel like that's the standard that was set in the gacha space right now, and I feel NTE should follow, because I'll be honest with you, if the story around 2.0 and a lot of the criticisms that NTE has as a video game are not, let's just say, addressed by the time of 2.0, I'll be honest with you, there's a good chance I will stop believing in the devs as much as I do now, because I'm just having the same approach as I had in Wuthering Waves day one. Day one, there was a lot of optimization issues. A lot of players were angry. The story was the music also fell off a lot of the times. There was a lot of glaring issues that are right in your face with Wuthering Waves on launch and in its first patch, in its inception. 1.2 was mediocre as hell as well, by the way. Like, if we're going to compare two 1.2s, it was a little mediocre as well. But the reason why I'm bringing up Wuthering Waves is obviously because look at Wuthering Waves today. Wuthering Waves is by far probably the best gacha game in terms of a video game, all right? It may not be the most popular, but it is definitely, if you go and ask your classic gamer, it is by far the best video game in the gacha space, hands down. And NTE may not reach that level in terms of, let's just say, polish and gameplay, but it can at least aim to be a close second, which is what I think NTE is trying to do. NTE is clearly, because we have to call a spade, NTE is trying to capitalize on the popularity that Genshin Impact has established, that Wuthering Waves took advantage of and capitalized on to put itself on the map, and now NTE is trying to get, let's just say, a mix of both and put itself somewhere in the third spot. That's clearly the intent of NTE. They found the trend. They can see a successful trend and a successful marketing scheme they can use to profit off of, and they're going for that. we all know it. We all know this is what's happening. NTE is clearly not a game that's trying to revolutionize this space in terms of a polished next AAA title, revamp how we see gaming in the gacha space type of approach. Clearly not. However, does this mean NTE is not being creative in some of the approaches they're doing to the already existing formula? The answer is clearly, oh, yes, they are creative. They are very creative, especially what we've seen recently with the new game mode and the fantasy setting they've been trying to do, which is a game within a game. That is a very, very creative approach that I think a lot of gachas should start applying. For example, looking at the chart over here, you can see basically neverness is blue, Genshin Impact is red, and Withering Waves is yellow. So looking here in their activities, they basically follow the same pattern. They come out, there's a downtrend, they start stagnating, and then they pick back up after new, better updates, right? That's basically how these games work. And I feel like they're all performing in the same fashion. So really, again, when you look at this, if Kurubats are going to start talking down on NTE because of low performance in terms of popularity, Genshin Impact can do the exact same thing too with Withering Waves. Because the biggest complaints players have is popularity doesn't necessarily equate to quality, and Genshin Impact's popularity nowadays feels slightly undeserved. And if anything, it's giving the space a bad name because, you know, it's not living up to that degree of popularity. They're just slopping it up. I don't know. It's just not working out for everybody. And, you know, it's tilting a lot of players, Genshin Impact players included. So I don't think I've seen as much Genshin Impact critiquing videos as recently for quite some time now. So that says a lot. That really, really says a lot. So I feel like if we're gonna keep trying to frame a game's success based solely on its popularity, I feel like that type of meta is really starting to be corny, like just weird, cringe as fuck type of behavior that really some people resonate with, because obviously they attach their own value system and try to grandstand and be more socially acceptable through the popular thing they do, more than let's just say their own qualities as people, the value they add, and stuff like that, right? Like because that's very hard, that's scary for a lot of people. Like why would I do that when I can do this low effort thing and just be toxic to people that just happen to have a different taste and approach in the things they enjoy than I am, because I happen to have some degree of consensus that my stuff is the best stuff through popularity, when clearly looking here, popularity doesn't necessarily equate to quality, because Genshin Impact is clearly not as polished and as good as a video game than Withering Waves, but yet the data shows exactly this. Therefore, this type of argument, especially in the gacha space, it should just stop immediately. It's weird, it doesn't work, you're shooting yourself in the foot, unless you're playing Genshin Impact, I guess. But even if you do, the quality isn't necessarily there because, well, you know, have you looked at games like Withering Waves? Have you looked at games like NTE? They're clearly are superior products to the ones you have right now. And so, yeah, I hope that makes some sense. The irony, man, the irony. Now, recently, good old Saintontas has, let's just say, shifted his focus from Arcanized Infield to NTE. Title of the video is Goodbye NTE. We obviously have the charts. We're gonna have to have a conversation about the charts, because I'll be honest, this isn't just in gacha. Saintontas is based, it's like what I said at the start, do not hate the player, hate the game. This is something that a lot of gaming type of creators have been applying to, let's just say, judge how good a game is. And it is very, very corny. I feel like it's just pathetic, and I don't know, like, it doesn't hit for me, because anybody with a brain knows that this is not necessarily how things are. The best game is dependent on your own preference. I could have a game that doesn't have many players, but I can still find most fun in that because of my own preferences. I feel like because of people not wanting to, let's just say, okay, I might ruffle some feathers on this one, but I just gotta say it. If you just happen to like the popular thing, that doesn't necessarily apply to you. But for the most part, a lot of the things you see and a lot of the people that care about certain data like this and try to, let's just say, make certain statements through it, typically are people that need to follow the most popular thing because for the sake of fitting in. You know, they're socially lacking somewhere in their lives, and their coping mechanism is to always do the popular thing. It can take many forms: listening to the coolest music, wearing the new cool fit, the new fashion, or joining the best trends, for example, online, or through the video games, right? This is just one avenue of people wanting to socially express that they also themselves are cool, right? Therefore, it can enable them to easily fit in with certain groups that care about that type of stuff. This is the origin of the behavior you see before you, ladies. So let's see what good old Saintontas has to say, and we'll go from there. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to not miss any updates.
I guess I better go subscribe to VXV Gacha.
Ladies and gentlemen, something occurred relatively recently in the space, and that is, of course, a live stream for a particular title, Neverness to Everness.
Yeah.
And instead of actually just...
Twitch just might be a dying platform, bro. Like, why are we even here? Why is this data supposed to be something? I feel like the only data that matters are like Steam charts and Google Trends. Twitch, I'll be honest, man, one streamer could come in and fill this immediately. Like, I cannot see right off the bat, I cannot take the picture we're trying to paint seriously. I just can't. All due respect to Saint. All due respect. Like, again, this is the meta. See, Saint is just playing. Okay, so for example, we're playing a Spectro team. He's playing a Havoc team. That's a viable strategy as well. It's just that when you break it down, you can see the flaws in that strategy. For your average consumer, right? That is not, let's just say, tribalistic, internet pilled, etc., right? But it's, I don't know, man. This is just, look, anyway.
Going ahead and like watching the live stream, stuff like that, I had a bit of a moment with my chat, bit of a moment with my community, just to talk about, well, what's going wrong with this game, why I wasn't really going to be engaging with the live stream, and, well, why I'm not really planning on covering it much in the future. Okay. Because this is the cold, harsh reality of it currently.
What?
This is a bit of a preamble, right? This live stream did not do well. That is really bad for a title that was getting way better numbers on its first couple of live streams.
I will be honest. Even as someone that likes NTE, I feel like I speak for a lot of players that are playing NTE currently. We all went into the 1.2 last year not expecting shit. We did not expect what we got. We all went in with a 5, 6 out of 10 tops. They surprised us. That's kind of where the beauty of what we got is. And I hope he talks about this, because if he doesn't, it may be unfair. But I feel like, to be honest with you, WNTE for how they managed to save the sentiment towards their game currently, because 1.2 is a very, very rocky place to be. Like it starts going down. I remember Withering Waves. I remember, well, Genshin Impact 2 in a way, because we just came out of the Zhongli drama, and yeah, a lot of people were still upset. So 1.2s are always rough, man. They're always typically rough. So yeah, man, it is what it is. What do you want me to say? But NTE still managed to do something that got us, hey, shit, you know what? I want this in my other games too. Shit, you cooking. You see, if these devs want, they can. They can be creative. They can deliver cool stuff. Permanent events that can make my game time in these games be longer. Replayability, dude, we're talking about replayability, a story that can be replayed in a gacha game. Like I said, that's a topic for another time. I gotta get into it. Replayability is unheard of in a gacha game, and NTE is doing it in a game within a game, so like that at least you have it. It's not they didn't break the formula, because I'm pretty sure there's a reason why they don't want you to have replayability, because, well, if you want to replay, you can always make a new account and spend again. You know, if you want to experience all the story again, you should just spend again. That's probably why, like, they're always trying to find these sneaky avenues in ways to try to make you spend. So I'm pretty sure that's because logically, I don't understand why these the stories in these games are not replayable. But the only logical explanation to me is probably just that. So but the fact is that they managed to do it anyway is pretty impressive.
This is a bit of a downtrend, right? Absolutely. And the engagement with it, as you can see, Mr. Mukbang over here, it doesn't seem to be that good either. And so instead of making a video, trying to talk about the content in here, Let's try
This emote. Oh my god.
to make a video about why nobody is watching any of the content here. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's get right into it. Please next speak NTE 1.2. Bro, this is how I know I shouldn't do that. Are you ready? This thing has no views.
It does it? I feel like it's considering. I feel like the videos and everything, like they did okay. Gacha Smack, like I think still averaged like the 700 to 800. You know, which is almost 50% of what does, which is exactly where NTE is. NTE in terms of popularity is like half of Wuthering Waves. I feel like that's kind of where it's landing right now. You know, the L downtrend, of course, now, whilst they, you know, let's just say, finally recover from the incomplete launch that these gacha games do. As we've seen with Wuthering Waves, its damn self.
If this thing has no views, my live stream or react will have no views, so I'm not going to view it. Bro, if the main channel's getting 134, what am I going to get? 10?
Yeah, so obviously Saint isn't at the level of where he can make, you know, a category. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
8? This is the unfortunate part, guys. I think the game just really isn't fully there. It's just not. Does this look like the live stream happened this morning? They had a live stream today? Apparently so. When the game's core gameplay loop, guys, is playing mini games, bro, they just paid everybody to watch it. There's nobody actually playing the game, bro. They just paid... Bro, what the fuck? Bro, what is this? Bro, they just paid people to...
Why are we still speaking like we're in college? Bro. We're not in college anymore, man. Damn, relax.
Watch it. That's it. Everyone just got sponsored for 1 hour? Bro, this doesn't matter. Why do you give... You're not... Bro, what? You're gonna get another standard character so you can go fish? So you can go drive? Don't go deliver stuff?
Kind of... Okay, that's just toxic. See that is just toxic. That's just toxic, man. Like, you know. That's low-key funny, man. Anyway, no, this is where it really matters. No, a standard selector right off the bat. I mean, Wuthering Waves did the same at the start. All right, guys, like you got the free selector. You know, you got one off the banner as well. NTE just expanded it further by giving you a second one. Okay, these guys just do this shit. And the reason why this matters a lot now is because this is the start of the game. The start of the game, you know, these are very impactful. And there is a post game. There's a post game. I still can't clear it yet because I'm still not good at the game. And I haven't fully leveled up my teams and everything, right? Like I still need more time. Like, I don't like to stress over beating post game as quick as possible. I just don't care. For example, in Genshin Impact, I cleared it around 1.6, maybe, or something like that. And in Wuthering Waves, probably around maybe around 2.0. Actually, I could be wrong here, but I don't think I am. I just get to like floor 11 or something, and that's it. Like I dip out. Yeah, I just get as much. Let's just say. Resources as I can, and that's it. But I think I fully cleared it around Karthathea. Yeah, Karthathea released, and because Karthathea was so powerful, I finally managed to 3-star. That's right. Yeah, I'm that casual. That's right, I am that casual. And so anyway, I think this is just a positive. And saying this, what are you gonna do? Well, the same can apply to every gacha. So like what you're saying applies to Wuthering Waves as well. Because okay, I got Lucy now. Well, what am I gonna do? I have her. I have Lucilla. I did the story quest. What the fuck am I gonna do? I just log in for 3 minutes, kill everything, and then just dip out. Like that's it. That's why, like, you know, it's hilariously toxic. I kind of I know a lot of people get triggered, but I find this funny, man. I do. I think this is funny. This is dedication to the craft. This is, you see the Havoc strategy at play. I think it's fun. I do. I like, people like to shit on this guy. I don't know why, because you guys are having the wrong approach. There's entertainment to be had here.
What's the point? Bro, you spending 90% of your gameplay playing mini games. What the fuck is the point of the characters?
You do what other gacha. That's what I do. The only look, when I log in from Wuthering Waves to NTE, it is the exact same thing. It is literally the exact same thing. I do the things. I'm trying to level up chaos now, like I am doing with Lucilla in Withering Waves. The only difference between the two is NTE, I have to go to an additional menu of City Tycoon to grab the coffee fonts. That's it. I could expand my gameplay by doing bank high, city stamina, etc. I'm typically lazy, all right? I like to save those for that one weekend setting. I think a lot of people know exactly what I'm talking. It's like events, like, you always wait till the last minute to do them. Kind of like homework.
Bro, just out here. Like, that's why I quit the game, because I was like, bro, so much of this playtime is doing shit I don't want to fucking do. Like,
I think that's just you trying to, exploit every resource. Like, they give you a lot more avenues where if you want to do more, you can get more. But I never really felt penalized from that. The only penalization is, of course, not getting the porch early enough. That's like where the fawns mattered. And I still couldn't be asked to do that shit. I'll be honest, I'm tired. I don't feel like getting the porch. I'll do what I can. If I can get the 3 million to do an additional pull, hopefully it's a gold, great. If not, man, I don't give a flying fuck, bro. Plus, it's just a 10 pull, and of the porch, I'm getting a free selector now. So, like, I could capitalize on it if I try hard. It's an avenue where the game, for any sweaters, for any grinders, they have an avenue. But for casuals like myself, I couldn't necessarily be asked. I'm not the target audience for that particular form of things. And the reality is, these games try to encompass as many types of player as possible. People tend to forget that, but they do. Some things, like in Withering Waves, some things are just not for me. For example, the Matrix thing, or the last room where I have to 3-star everything. That's just not for me. That's not for me. I obviously, someone that has the approach I have towards these games isn't gonna have a good time with some of these little details in the game. And not everything's about you. This is a lesson I learned through these games. And that's what they're telling you as well. Complaining about some things that are clearly designed for a certain type of player base in mind and not for you, it's just some narcissistic douchebag stuff where you think you're the center of the universe. You're not a 16-year-old girl in high school. Just relax. It's just not everything's about you.
I got better. Bro, I was out here telling you I was too busy to play Elusive Realm. Bro, if I'm too...
Oh, yeah, me too. I just finished it. Literally, before recording this, I just finished it. It was a good time, man. It was a decent time. I think I can understand it better, but yeah, I just left the 30 asteroids. There we go. For example, I just left 30 asteroids there. I was like, all right, great.
Busy to play Elusive Realm? Do you think I think I have time to fucking fish? This game is literally made for people that don't have shit to do.
No, I don't fish. I do the shop owner thing. There's a strategy. I think it's Lacrimosa and Daffodil, though. Unfortunately, it's kind of, they need to work on that. But basically, it's very easy. I'm pretty sure there's different avenues where you can easily use your city stamina. So you just do the tomato juice. You just give them tomato juice, and it's very simple. Like, I could finish it in like 20 minutes. Typically, that's what I like to do. What I like to do is, again, podcast, and I just, ADHD, I need to do something with my hand. I do the shop stuff. I get the fawns. That's it. And you don't have to do those. Fawns don't help you get characters. So they don't really matter. Like fishing and all that doesn't matter. Like, people want to, if we're trying to make the argument that fishing and all those mini games in terms of city stamina, those don't matter. They don't really matter. Like, they're just a little bit of annulites there that it's just a bit of a nitpick. Like, if you're a true free-to-play where like you need everything, for the most part, that's not even me. So it's like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, I only started caring about fawns because of the porch event, to be totally honest with you, man. I don't care about getting more properties and apartments and all that shit. I'll get them over time. I am not rushing. I'm not speeding. The reason why is because these are casual games, and I'm gonna have a casual approach like the devs want for me. They may have different avenues for, players that may want more out of the game. But for me, I understand what I'm dealing with, and I like to, respect the boundaries that have been set.
And this game is made for lonely mother. I don't know how you can be doing this when the core...
All of them are. The reason why Lupa smiles at you and, looks at you drunk. The reason why Shorekeeper can't stop thinking about you. The reason why Raiden Shogun is, in the sauna with you and all that stuff. All of them have one thing in common. They're trying to take advantage of the loneliness epidemic of guys. All of them are like that was literally Dawei's pitch to investors. And guess who's copying that way's work? Yep, that's Kuro, that's Hara, all of them.
Gameplay is a whole bunch of busy work. When your game's content, 100 hours of content, and 20 hours of it, that doesn't count.
Just don't. I don't fish, and I get all the resources. Who could the fuck? There's literally more. There's a lot of hobbies you can do. What are we talking about? There's a lot of hobbies. You can. I do the shop one. It's like I said. I use Lacrimosa and Daffodil. It's very simple for me. Like it's 2 clicks, I'm out. You know, that's it. Like I don't. And this pink ball heist. You know, it's kind of decent. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, ain't shit to do. You're single. You do the pink ball heist. Ain't dick to do. You're not working that day. What the fuck am I gonna be doing?
Wait, bro, that's not 20 hours you're spent. That's not 20 hours well spent. That's 20 hours you getting to level 10 fishing, being a fucking loser. If somebody's level 10 fishing in NTE, they're a loser. I'm sorry. What else can I... Bro, you spent that long doing that? Are you serious? You know how long it takes to get to level 10 fishing, right? Oh my god. And for what?
I just don't care. I think I speak for a lot of players when I say we just don't care. There's obviously the min-maxers. They need to max out everything. You know, they're perfectionists. I think I speak for a lot of players. For the most part, we don't really give a shit. There's multiple avenues in which we can burn the city stamina. This is a bit of a non-argument. So like you're trying to harp on one thing. Not. You know what I'm saying? I see his point, but it's easily negated by things the devs have already applied. So anyway,
was that good? You're gonna look back on that fishing and be like, oh, that was time well spent.
Hey, you can show them in the aquarium now. That's right. And you can put them in the car. That's right. Hey, they got something for their troubles.
No, you're just gonna be like, why was I doing this? Why did I play Mahjong against AI for 20 hours this week? For what? Bro, you just basically played like a flash game in Unity for 20 minutes because NTE was telling you to do that. Yeah, you need to go spend your 700 city stamina. Go play some Mahjong.
They should introduce double spending or something like that for city stamina. It should be more efficient. I think so, because it's still annoying to me. Like even with the whole strategy and the little hack, it's still as annoying that I can't use a lot of stamina in one clear. You know what I mean? They should have like double or triple claims. I think they should do that.
Go play some Mahjong against AI.
By the way, again, city stamina only grants you fawns, and fawns are not necessary for leveling up characters. That's like a side game within the game. You can explore it if you want to. If not, it's still the same formula. It's the same slop that Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact are applying. Why is it an issue here and not there is beyond me, but anyway, here we are.
Bro,
this is the Havoc meta combo, and this is the combo.
Sorry. What the fuck are we even doing here, bro? And you guys are asking me to watch this shit? Dude, it doesn't matter. People don't play this game because there's no game to play.
Yeah,
Now
we
we
do.
have episode 1.
We're playing the same game. It's the closest thing to Wuthering Waves. It's almost the same. Wuthering Waves just happens to be more polished, older, and we have more investment, and we like the brand more because, you know, we've been playing it for 3 years almost. So it's the same. I'll be honest. Like logging in from one thing to the other, the only difference is the fluidity. Like I feel like Wuthering Waves it feels a little more polished, a little faster. You know, the controls feel smoother than NTE, and obviously the design, direction, art, etc. That's literally the only difference. And also some animations. I feel like NTE still got to cook in animations. So like I said at the start, there's still more polished NTE needs to do. But I feel like as soon as they do, this is just Wuthering Waves 2. You know, it's a easier Wuthering Waves. You know, more goony Wuthering Waves. That's it. We all know it. Like am I crazy here? We all know it. Like shit. Like I'll be honest. When I log in from one to the other, they're almost the same experience, bro.
At least look at the new gaming mode. All right. You guys got 10 seconds to give me a timestamp. Oh, we're clicking off the vid. Oh, so all the NTE players tell me to watch this new main event game mode. Been spamming my chat for 20 fucking minutes, saying how I could have reacted None of them have a timestamp for it.
Oh, he's beefing with chat or something.
Okay, yeah, we're not watching it. There's a reason why they gave up on NTE. Part of it is because its players are fucking retards. Like, you guys are a brain damaged bunch. But
Why?
It makes sense because you play at NTE.
Okay, I think this part. Hold on. So this part, I think when they didn't give him the timestamp, that filled up his concerto energy, and now I think he's gonna charge attack and use the concerto energy. All right, here we go. Yeah, this is what's gonna happen.
Reason why they gave up on NTE. Part of it is because its players are fucking retards. Like, you guys are a brain damaged bunch. But it makes sense because you play at NTE. Bro, I think you need to have low brain activity to actually enjoy that game. Straight up, like low brain activity. Like a CT scan would just, it would look like a corpse. Fucking Christ. Yeah, if you
Okay, well, no one told him about the new game mode. Like, what's going on? Yo, chat, come on, help us.
level 10 fishing, you got low brain activity. I'm sorry. That's gonna be my
He's harping on this minor. Like, bro, we don't know those guys. What the fuck? That's not your classic majority casual NTE or any of these other gacha games player. Like, that's just not the case.
new insult. Low brain activity. You have to require that to find enjoyment and fulfillment in NTE.
That's the whole point of all of these games post-game. There's nothing to... Bro, are we gonna sit here and pretend that in Withering Waves, that you can, when you're farming echoes, you're actually using brain activities? Really? Really? Come on, come on. Like, these games, all of them, no exception, are specifically designed for in their post-game. It's just, you just do things. You don't care. Sometimes I don't even switch to the DPS and everything is dead. I'm at Denia and they're already gone. Rebecca too. What?
What's the gameplay in that game? Kosuna Koizumi linked it? Okay, great. Now I know how retarded that kid is. He took 20 seconds to get a link. Stupid motherfucker. Taking
20 seconds. Are chatters getting paid? Because I feel like if I'm gonna have to rush to get your order fulfilled, master, I at least need to get paid. 20 seconds? Jesus, why are you so angry? Why is he so... I think it's because the concerto energy is full. Yeah, I think that's what we're observing here. See, this is the havoc element. The havoc element is unfortunately very hard to contain.
that long to get a link. Jesus Christ. Bro, you ain't qualified for McDonald's. You're gonna burn the burgers. You're gonna burn the fries. Bro, I think
But McDonald's, you're getting paid. I ain't getting paid for being in your chat, man. What? So you think I need to be the subservient beta and rush to get you? I feel like Saint, when he's in this mode, when concerto energy is full, he's like in this alpha frame and tries to bitch everybody and tries to make them like these beta cuck losers. And he's trying to, let's just say, farm as much aura as possible. It's low key. You know what? I'm just not going to say it because I don't want to ruffle any more feathers. So let's just keep it pushing. I think everybody knows. They have their own opinion on that type of behavior. I'll just keep it to myself. Let's keep it pushing.
the only job some people could have is break glass. Like, I think like that is legitimately like a job. I think like some people can only do that. Guys, that's just the discourse surrounding this game. Imagine asking me to watch this for 20 minutes, and then when I tell you where do you want me to watch, nobody can say where to watch.
It's starting to feel like a crash out at chat not chatting well enough than anything else. Am I crazy? And these people that aren't subservient betas to your alpha framing are supposedly still betas? Like, anyway.
And it's like for a whole 30 fucking seconds. What's wrong with you guys? You're gonna cover any Genshin stuff it doesn't look that exciting at all, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, wait 1 second. I'll address one comment over here. It was kind of funny. Legit question. Do people have low brain activity if they play Stardew Valley? It's far better than NTE, but the premise is similar. No.
Stardew Valley. All right, hold on. Let me look it up real quick. Stardew. Oh, these are cute games. I think these games are very popular. But that's not like NTE. Like, what are we talking about?
If you're comparing Stardew Valley to NTE, I think you do that is a low brain activity comparison. Like,
yeah, it is.
Like, you don't realize how ironic this state. Like, even comparing them on that premise is low brain activity, because you don't buy NTE. NTE is a free-to-play game, and you are paying with your time. And what this low brain activity shit like fishing does is it gives you gacha currency to go pull characters that you don't use in the gameplay.
No, I think it just gives you fawns. Am I nuts? Like those, well, there's like this small unlocks, like for once, like after clear, like you get some analysts, but I don't think you can keep farming annualize off of those.
Because the gameplay is not the combat. Stardew Valley is a game that you buy retail. And the only purpose of buying that game is to play it. Yeah. NTE's premise makes no sense because the gameplay of NTE is the mini games, but the rewards you get is the gacha, and you don't use the gacha characters in the mini games.
What? What are you talking about, man?
Bro, he's getting me fucked up. Hold on. I gotta verify this. All right, so here we are. So right off the bat, I mean, something to keep in mind is to get your daily annualites, like, you know, the premium currency for the gacha, just like every other game, you just do your daily activity by using stamina, etc., and you can get it. So right off the bat, the hobbies aren't it's more of a bonus than anything else. So one might even consider the W for, say, for example, people, you know, mint pickers, stuff like that, that are willing to go through the fishing mini game so that they can get more premium currency. So anyway, hold on. Let me look around here. Okay, so these are okay. So here it is. So if you reach a certain level, it's like what I thought. If you reach level 10, you get a bunch of annualized. But this is not your daily activities. To quote Saintontas himself, why the fuck are we spreading misinformation? You can see it right here in the damn game. You are literally spreading misinformation. This is not how the game works. This is just an unlock, like, you know, it's that classic gacha bullshit. Oh, reach level this so that you can unlock this. It's like the achievements, shit like that. This is not your daily activity. You don't do this daily. I'm not gonna do this probably. I don't give a shit. It's like, why would I? Why would I want to bother with this? That's not for me. These analysts can kiss my ass. Who cares? Who gives a shit? It's not enjoyable to me. It's a bonus if I want to. I can chase it, but I don't. It's not appealing to me. The gameplay isn't appealing to me. So like, I just won't do it. There's other activities. For example, let's see here. This is the one I like to do. That I've talked about before. There's an owner selection. Racing can be decent, but it's not the best. Swift travel is okay-ish. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. If I want to like a spice up, city delivery too can be decent, but that's it. And pink ball heist, of course, but I don't think you can use stamina in pink ball heist. They should do that actually. I think that would be pretty good. And the rest, I just don't care. They just released Fight Club. I didn't even try. Like I just don't give a shit. And so yeah, obviously what he's trying to paint here is just false. It's just false.
So it doesn't. Its premise is like dead on arrival. You're doing all this stuff for gacha pulls.
No, you're not. You're clearly not. You're getting fawns. Gacha pulls are just these side unlocks that you can, like achievements. You can sweat for them if you want to, but you don't have to because that's not the daily grind. Kind of like the rest of the games, like the Wuthering Waves. What the fuck are we trying to say here, man?
That don't impact why you're doing all this stuff. And so you wonder, why am I even playing these mini games in the fucking first place, right? Why am I even playing them for characters that I don't use in the mini games, and the mini games are 90% of my playtime?
That's just wrong. That's just completely false. That's just wrong. What the fuck are you waffling about there, man?
So people
why the fuck do you have the jazz gentleman thing when you're sitting here acting completely schizo? What the fuck is it, dude? Oh my, dude, Saint sure is something, man.
Not play because there's like, there's no fucking point in what I'm doing. This shit's useless. And that's
why we don't fish. That's why we don't fish. That's why we just do the stamina like every other gacha. What is he trying to say?
Wrong with this fucking game. It's really that simple. It's truly that simple.
Bro is speaking to non-NTE players. He's just shitting on players that probably don't even know what he's talking about. And they're like, oh, that's what's going on over there. Oh, okay, you know what? If it's like that, if it's the way you're describing it, yeah, no, I'm good. This is just wrong. This is just wrong. Factually wrong. Yo, Mr. Glue, Saint, what the fuck happened to you, man? What is he doing? What the fuck is this? What's going on? I just don't. This is Mr. Glue. This is Mr. Evidence. What the fuck happened? We're just lying. What the hell?
And that's why I think it's just completely fucking cooked. Because they made too much of your playtime this dumb fucking shit that's better in other games. Mahjong, bro, you're not going to NTE to get good Mahjong gameplay. You're not going to NTE to get good fishing gameplay. You're not going to NTE to get good driving delivery gameplay.
Same thing can be applied to all the gachas when it comes to their events. It's the same shit he's complaining about right now. Can be applied to Genshin, SSR, Wuwa, all of them. Events are not why you log into these gachas. Yet they have these mini games that if you want astrites, if you want the premium currency, you gotta do those. This is one of the biggest complaints I have to the current Hoyo formula that Withering Waves its damn self is applying as well. What are we even talking about still? What is he saying? What are we saying?
Right, you get an amalgamation of like XYZ, but worse. Racing, but worse. Driving, but worse. Truck driver simulator, but worse. Restaurant simulator, but worse. Yakuza, but worse. It's just everything but worse. And the gacha has nothing to do with it. It should be very obvious to anyone with any sort of like modern gacha.
Well, the gacha gives you like qualities of life to like make those somewhat smoother. You know, like Hermoso with the shop owner stuff. That's it. An argument could be made that could be slightly predatory, but all in all, like those are like side games that you can care for if you want, but they're not necessary if you just want to do the exact same live service slop that the other gachas are doing. You can just do that without having to care about the city stamina, to be completely honest with you. I've been doing that since day one, and besides the porch event that just oh, you can use fonts. If I use analyze, like I don't have to care about the fonts still, by the way.
Gacha experience why NTE was going to fail. And if you were wrong about NTE's failure, that just means that you simply didn't know the things that other people knew. But I'm simply just surprised that there were so many so-called tenures or like veterans of the space that somehow weren't able to see this coming. It was kind of fucking obvious. And it really does make me question the overall level of intelligence in this space. I think some people are just legitimately fucking stupid. And
should I say it? Should I say it? I'll be honest. This isn't in the general sense, but in this video, in this argument you're trying to paint, you're starting to just look pretty stupid your damn self. Yeah, you're just off base. You're just, I don't know where you at, but that's not where we at. Like, why don't you reel it back in here? You kind of lost us over there, man. It's just, that doesn't mean he's a stupid person, right? I do think Saint has a lot to offer to the space, but I think on this one, in this persona he's created of shitting on these gachas, this is just a misinformed take. I don't think he knows half the shit he's talking about. He's just talking out of his ass, applying the meta. You know what I'm saying? This is just a meta move. He doesn't know the opposition. This is like playing chess, but you don't know how the board works. And he's just doing, he knows what the pawns are supposed to do, but he doesn't know how the board works. Like, you're not supposed to put it on white or black, etc. He doesn't know. Like, he just has his own his own half understanding of how the game works, and he's just applying that half, and that's it, disregarding the other half, which is very important for the things that he's doing to make sense. So that's the best analogy I can give. If I'm wrong there, because I don't know chess too much, so if I'm off base there, I apologize.
Like, can't see the writing on the wall. It's actually kind of, it's disgusting.
NTE is clearly in a development phase, kind of like Wuthering Waves was on launch. Like, why are we playing favorites here? If anything, we should always encourage new developers that are trying to revamp the formula and make it better and be as less predatory as possible towards its player base, and still offering us a new free-to-play title that we can play and add it to our slop daily game time. That's it. Like, I think it's totally fine. Like, what is the issue here? If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Just respect the people that it is for, and that's it. If you don't want to cover the game, you don't cover the game. You just move on. You just move on, man. That's it. Say, like, it's not a big deal. Let people that are having fun have fun. But you come in here trying to shit on them and grandstand on them while you're obviously off base. You don't even know half the shit you're talking about. Just makes you look goofy, bro. Like, the very stupid things that you're trying to claim the NTE community has can be applied to you when it comes to this take. It's sad, really. It's really sad to see coming from Mr. Glue and Mr. Evan. I don't know what's happened, but we need Saint to wake up. We really need him to wake up.
How dumb some people are, especially the CCs. So yeah, NTE players, are you glad that you were able to inject yourself into my stream today? You spam my chat begging me to watch your fucking live stream. I ask where you want me to watch, and you can't respond like fucking humans.
Can't you do your own homework and find it yourself? Just scroll. Okay, here's what you can do. It's a very simple tactic. I think he got into comfortable. You know, he's a top streamer. He has a chat that's very active with him. I had that, but the boy's gone, unfortunately. Yeah, what the hell, babe? That's a leak. Hold on. All right. I think I'm supposed to click 1.2. All right, so this is the live stream. So this is the live stream. You just do this. You just look around. You're just like, okay, what's this part? And you just watch. You're like, okay, what's this part? Is it this part, chat? Is it this one? Oh shit, what's this? Is it this one? This is the skins and stuff. And they were like, yeah, it's that one. That's it. Problem solved. Like, I don't know what kind of lazy alpha framing, like all this to maintain this alpha frame. Like, we see you. Like, come on. I know this works on a lot of people, but we see you. Like, I think for the initiated, you can clearly see what. I mean, it works. Like I said at the start, don't hate the player, hate the game. I have no hate for Saint, but I feel like if we're gonna shit talk people over certain things, at least be right. At least be correct, be factually correct. I feel like that's what made Saint Saint. You know what I'm saying? This is just the very things he used to fight, he's becoming. It's a sad thing to see, really. It's like what I said earlier with the whole, trends and stuff like that. Like, the guys here, Wuthering Waves, the yellow, are becoming like the red. The red are grandstanding through popularity. Well, if we're trying to shit on, the ones that aren't as popular, well, you're just becoming the very thing you hate. Yeah, you just hate. It's super weird.
And you end up looking like the dumbest motherfuckers in the space.
All due respect, that's starting to just look like you, man, in this video, to be specific.
Truly, the most low brain activity individuals in the space.
See, right now what he's doing is like, why are you hitting yourself?
Live stream is shit. I bet the content is shit.
What? He doesn't even know. You just toxic with this dude. Here it is. He's ulting. That's it. All right, the concerto is full. The energy is full. He's ulting. All right, this is the finale. I don't even know the content. I know it's shit. Oh, man. Look, people can say whatever they want to say. Bro is entertaining as fuck. I like this guy. I really do. Like he's so fun.
I bet it's fucking awful. And you guys are just out here pretending it's actually good because that's what you've had to do since this game released.
So did we pretend that Wuthering Waves was good at the start of the release? No, we just vibed with it. It's good. It still needed a lot of polish. We still waited for the improvements to come. That's kind of what these gacha companies do. They release a non-fully polished product to capitalize on the live service model as soon as possible to keep investors happy. And then they keep fixing the things that they were supposed to keep to fix behind closed doors before release. It's what they do. And the NTE is no exception.
Just pretend the whole fucking time. I think that has to be like the honest truth about NTE. I don't think that there was a single lie said in there. He's gonna make the NTE players gang up on him? Oh, yeah. Hey. Like they gang up on this video? Yeah, well, yeah, they gang it up on this video.
So are these streams like, do they like get a lot of views and stuff like that? You know, let me look around. So looking at let's just say the popularity through the live stream views on YouTube, Genshin Impact stands at #1 with a whopping 1.1 million views in a 6.7. It could have been way bigger because now they're just close to 6.8, and this is the driest a gacha game tends to be. This is very, very dry. Genshin Impact still, in terms of popularity, really up there. NTE has 214. Wuthering Waves is at 410. So basically, like it's kind of so weird, but NTE is literally 50% of Wuthering Waves in terms of popularity. It really is. It really feels like it's a half Wuthering Waves. Will it still keep up or not? It's kind of why we're here for the ride. If it does, great. If it doesn't, well. And we have something like Zenless Zone Zero where 356,000 views for a huge one for 3.0. So I guess in terms of popularity, I feel like NTE is doing okay. I feel like it's really, really doing okay. It is. It really is. I don't know why he's trying to like downplay its level of popularity. It's decent level of popularity. Honestly, I like games that aren't that popular because we all know what happens when games tend to become too popular. Like these devs start to lose their goddamn minds. So all in all, I feel like we're doing good, man. I feel like we're doing really, really good. I don't know why it's like, again, he's a professional hater. Just respect the hustle, man.
For sure. That's literally a video on how to make NTE better. Do your outro. All right, fuck it, editor. If you want to turn that into a video, turn that shit into a video.
Yeah, editor shouldn't have done that.
I don't even care.
Based, actually. That's fucking based. I'll drop a like for the entertainment, man. Hey, look, I know we kind of went hard at Saint. I don't think I've ever went as hard as Saint before, but I just kind of have to because I'm Saint from the past. He dislikes people that share misinformation about a game, that, let's just say, are unfair in their criticism towards the game, right? That's kind of what we knew Saint for, right? People were unfair towards Wuthering Waves. He stood on business. People were throwing misinformation at Wuthering Waves. He stood on business. So I'm just doing the same thing here. I'm Saint from the past. I'm holding up a mirror at Saint, hoping he can finally see let's just say the flaws within the hating meta he's performing. But one must not deny that shit is pretty funny. All in all, I think that shit is kind of hilarious. There's some fun to be had. There's some entertainment to be had. All that it requires for you to have fun, to be less sensitive. Just, ultimately understand the origin of things. And once you understand them, you can tolerate them easy. Ultimately, Saint is playing a game. It's a meta. He's playing his meta strategy. He's ulting. He's filling up his concerto energy. He's doing his thing, right? And when you're not sensitive to it, it just doesn't affect you as much. And basically, they're just farming. They're doing their thing. They're popular. They're making money off of it. They're having a career off of it. More power to them. It is what it is. Don't hate the player. Hate the game. If you're gonna have an issue with what Saint is doing, have an issue with the people that perpetuate that sentiment and perpetuate that degree of tribalism and the mannerism in which that tribalism is applied. Because I feel like a good degree of tribalism is good. It's healthy for the space, but this degree and / mannerism that comes with it is just toxic and just I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen Saint lose as much aura as he did today. But when you remember what he's really trying to do, and you know what I'm saying, so that meta strategy, he regains that aura immediately. So yeah, I hope you learned something today. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Be seeing you.